All right, welcome back, everybody. Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of our Chronicle on Elden Ring. Going for the, shoot, I forgot what the ending's called. It's the death ending. We're working for Fia. So, last we left off, we had just cleared out this area of Liurnia, and now I believe we will be hitting this area throughout all of here. Okay, so stand by, and I'll be right back. Okay. Well, there's only two things that we're doing, but the second part is long enough that I want to go ahead and break this up in two pieces. So we're going to go here first, then we're going to go down here. This is for a smithing stone. So, and it might actually be challenging for my particular guy because we use edged weapons, and what we're about to go up against is very, very resistant to edged weapons. So I hope not, but this might take several tries. Oh boy, we're in trouble. Yes, yeah, I just not really sure. Oh, he got me again. That was some range. Okay, how am I going to do this? Darn it. Yeah. Am I out of stamina? So I felt like my guy really couldn't get a shot in. And they've got really fantastic range. Might have, I think I missed it. I think there was a gap over here I missed. There we go. Okay, there's my dude right there. Oof. You know, I wonder actually if I can skip these guys. Because what we're after is actually up here. It doesn't appear. I guess you gotta kill these dudes for it to appear. Darn it. How am I gonna do this? I might be forced to switch to a blunt weapon, which we are definitely not outfitted for. Oh, I'm bouncing off. That's what it is. Okay. Well, can't equip it. Oh my gosh, this could be really a real tall order. Suppose I can try the pole blade. I aggroed both. Oh. Oh, okay. I tried to block and get a counter in. That didn't work either. What we really need to do is stun them. Or not stun, you got to get a critical. You got to knock them down and get a critical. Once you do that, they are a lot easier, but getting to that position with an edged blade weapon. Ah, darn. It's really not how I wanted to start the video out, where I'm having to struggle 45 times against something. Did I miss it again? I think it's over here. Magic might be nice, but I just don't have the faith for incantations yet. We haven't gotten to that point. Okay, this guy here. Uh-oh. I've got him poisoned. Shoot. Darn it. Living dangerously there. Okay, so that seems to be the approach we're going to have to take. Now I got to do it again. I've got 6 health potions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I should dodge it. 1, 2, 3. One. Two, One, two, three, well, 2, 3, up. Okay. So once you get them to drop to one knee, whether you get the crit or not, they're gonna take a whole lot more damage. I still don't see this thing. It should be right here. I think I hear it. I think I hear it. Maybe I didn't have to face those guys after all. Yeah, here it is. All right. There's our class 2 smithing stone. Now we're going to head off for point 2, and there's actually quite a lot going on up there. So we'll take that one chunk at a time. Oh my goodness. Oh, whoa. So I think it was... I'm not going the right way, I don't think. What was that? Another smithing stone. I'm kind of off the beaten path here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No! No! Rot, poison. Oh, great. I don't know how I got off my horse. I don't know if I accidentally pressed the button. This is the correct way. Oh, shoot. You know what? We can't be here. We have to go back. We have to make sure we've advanced dialogue. That's okay. That's going to clear poison anyway. We need to make sure that we've advanced dialogue with Nephali. Nephali. That's how she calls herself. I thought she was supposed to be here. Okay, if she's not there, I believe that means that we have advanced the dialogue. I just need to make darn sure that she's not anywhere else. The other place that she would be, possibly.
Oh, your divinity, have mercy and grant me forgiveness.
It's down here, and she's not here. Okay, I believe that means that she is where I was expecting her to be. So we can go back up here. Okay, so I do have a viewer, guys. I want to let everybody, the whole audience, know. I do have a viewer that wants to see the fights. My intent is to edit these videos down so we can pack a lot of content into one video. because this entire series is really supposed to be revolving around getting into New Game Plus. But I have a viewer that wants to see how I solve the fight problems. So I'm going to be showing more of that aspect. I haven't decided yet how much. If there's a 50 death fight, I don't know if I want to. That's a whole video worth. That's an hour. You know, that's 30 minutes to an hour. And so there could be some editing done there, but I will show some progression in how I'm figuring the fight out with this class. All right, here she is. Is this guy coming at me? All right, this village got obliterated by a raiding party. She's here mourning over the dead, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Oh, well, I witnessed the oppression awaking. Put this time, and though the justice let the scars. Put this time, and though the suffering justice let the scars.
All right, stand by. Let me check my guide, and I'll be right back. Okay. Again, enacting my methodology of doing things in small pieces to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm gonna come up here. See, this whole village has been wiped out. Larval tier. Okay. Yeah, you forced my hand. Uh-oh. Alright, well, I suppose the rest of the village has now been put out of its misery. I didn't really want to do that. Village is done for. Lamentations of the deceased. Please, even if it's just you, old Albus, hide well and still your breath. Okay, so that is a clue, actually. All right, stand by. Okay, we are going to grab something called the Crystal Sword. It is magic based. Ow, took that right to the face. Okay, back over here. Stand by. Okay. So let's see, we go up to the grace site. And from the gray site, we go east. Should be a guy playing like a pan flute up here. Miranda Powder and Golden Rune. I think there's a second dude. No. Not for me, there isn't. Alright. Whack this pot.
Please, no. Dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be. Wait then. You're not one of them? Well, what a relief. Oh, goodness me. I am Albus and Albinoric. As you can see, we're finished. The whole village is finished. The cursemongers have destroyed everything. No one that remains has their wits about them. I beg you. Would you look after this medallion? You must keep it out of the cursemongers' hands.
There's the first half of the Haligtree secret medallion. That's what they were here for.
And if you should meet the young Albinoric Latenna, then please give it to her.
I'm kind of hopeful that I can use her as a summon, actually, in this playthrough.
A chosen land awaits us, Albinorics. The medallion is the key that leads to the city. It's only a quaint treasure for we who cannot make the journey. But for dear Latenna, it is needed to fulfill her purpose. My legs will soon fade, and with them my life. Alas, this is the immovable fate of all Albinorics.
Oh my gosh, man, dude died right in front of us. Alright. I don't know for sure whether or not I want to use her. I have to think about it, because the other thing that appeals to me is since we're working for Fia and we're death-oriented, then I kind of like the undead summons also, thematically. Alright, stand by. Alright, we got a bit of a fight coming up next. Oh. Alright. At this point in time, maybe, I don't know, sometimes they kind of feel like mercy kills. Not only have they been brutalized, they're all broken, you know, physically, but old boy over here just told us that everybody's lost their wits. So, I don't know. If they're going to come at me, I'm going to put them down. I don't want to follow that skull over the edge, so we'll let that go. Seems like I lost my chance to replenish health things. That's why I had popped that health potion. But I still have 8 of 9, so Let's call our summons up. I'm going to ignore the help that we can get here for right now, try and do this on my own. But there are dogs over here to be cleared first. All right, here comes our boy. Oh my gosh, I thought I had one more shot on him. Oh, I saw something wrong. I wasn't looking at the right place, guys, for the health bar. That was a complete misnomer. We should be able to handle this pretty easily. I think that felt like a fight that is eminently winnable. What is this? Row of fruit. Okay. And cross the bridge. I think I can bypass those dudes, actually. Okay. There's that guy. Is there a third dog up here? If there is, I don't see him. Take that. Evil doer. I imagine he probably led the raiding party or was part of it or something. There you are. Okay, fight's done then. Alrighty then, stand by. Okay, next step is actually pretty quick. There's two things we're going to do. First of all, there should be a rune arc right over there. That purple light should be a rune arc for us, and then that will complete this area. And after that, we will remove this. Warp to the Academy Gate Town. And head back to the manor, the Volcano Manor girl. Doot, 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 doot. Whoa! Not what I was expecting. I've never had to fight one of these. Yes, I have. Golly, man. 12,541 rooms. What are the odds that I can get that back? glitched him. I ended up in a spot where he really couldn't get a hold of me. Class 3 smithing stone. Is that what we were expecting to find here? That guy looks like he could be a problem. I hope he doesn't aggro me while I'm alt-tabbed, because that's what I gotta do next. Alright, stand by. Lol, that didn't take long at all. I went to the wrong gazebo. It's not this one. It's, right here. What? Why didn't he pick that up?
The thug should be resting at ease. Oh yes, thank you kindly. Did I forget to? I seeks. You are very brave. A steady heart. Such strength, please. Brave Tarn, most Tarn. But you are no the volcano man. Oh, this land, but the lift instead at the base of it was excavated. I have faith in you. I do hope. Seek at the base of it was I have faith in you. I do hope.
Okay. So that's like a back way in, I think.
Ruin. At the base of the valley, near the ground, it was excavated from both ends. I have faith in you. A champion. I do hope.
Okay, so that's a back. She's telling you of a back way into the Altus Plateau without having to use the Dectus lift. Alrighty then. Stand by. Okay, so the next place that he goes is the Lakeside Cave, which is right around here. No, it's here. And I already have it because a viewer on a previous series, no, it was an earlier video in this series, told me, he's the one I told you in the intro video suggested that I come here, that I ditch the Bloodstained Dagger and grind for this one instead. I forget what it's called. Great Knife. Yeah, the Great Knife. So I've already got the site, right? But I haven't done anything in here except farm one of the first guys you run into. So now we're going to open this. Golly, man, that dude really held off. Okay, then we can go up here, loot that. Not that button. Okay, raises attack power with successive attacks. Yeah, want to keep that. This way. Go ahead and pop a potion right there. And this is a spear talisman. Alright, stand by, guys. Okay, this next part is another one of those things that because we are daggers and an edged weapon, it could be very difficult compared to whenever I was on my paladin, you know, the last tree sentinel. It's we're gonna run into those snails with the crystal armor as their shell. Whoa! Whoa! Almost fell twice. Okay, we drop here. Here. Shoot, I'm watching the video on like 2x speed, so I hope I'm taking the right route. I might not have, actually. Oh, there we go. Oh, he wasn't as hard as I thought he would be. Whoa. Okay, that wasn't hard. I was worried that would be quite difficult. But I guess, you know, the shell would be hard, but the snail itself is out and exposed, and that's a throat slit waiting to happen, which is what we're made for. All right. Stand by. All right, we're very close to the boss fight. We need to very carefully drop down onto this ledge. Then we can drop to here. Okay. Where's he at? All right, here we go. Whew. Oh! Missed my roll. Ow. I think my first two missed. I think I was out of range. That the second one might have hit, but that third one I closed gap and was able to get him. Okay, let's see what's down here. I don't know yet. The exit. Alrighty then. And yeah, here's this is Latena. Latena?
Foul tarnished. What do you want? I told the all-hearing brute that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough?
Other half, was she married and they killed her husband?
Oh. Do you speak true? So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I've no choice but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Latena, an Albinoric, the same as old Albus. My apologies for my coarse words earlier. I presume the worst. Seeing that you're another tarnished like that all-hearing brute, I hope that you will forgive me.
All-hearing brute. You know, I can't remember his name, but the leader back at the round table hold is known as the All-Knowing. And I can't recall from my last playthrough whether there's a connection there or not. It's just kind of caught my attention this time around.
The medallion's better off in your hands anyway. Would you consider doing me a great service? I must go back. There is something I must do, even if I must say farewell to my wolf Lobo. Will you show me the way? To the land of Miquella's Halig tree. If you accept, I would gladly apprise you of the whereabouts of the medallion's other half.
Yes, I accept.
Thank you kindly. They say the other half of the medallion is beyond the Forbidden Lands, north of the Erdtree, in Castle Sol, on the mountaintops of the Giants, accessible by the Grand Lift of Rold. Then I suppose it's time. Farewell, Lobo. My faithful wolf. My better half. I will go with the tarnished.
Okay. Of course.
So that our journey will not have been in vain. Forgive me, Lobo.
So we got her ashes.
When needed, and I will fight at your side.
So I guess that means that these two were in a fight and they lost. He died and she was mortally wounded because I think she just passed away right in front of us. And so, sad story. All right, I think we can level up. Yes, we can. I'm pushing for 30 vigor. And after that, I think we need to start pumping faith up a little bit so we can use some incantations. Gosh. That's the tough call for me, is like, maybe I'll research it. I need to know whether a dragon spell, for example, which I know is going to scale off arcane, requires faith to cast it. Like 26 faith. No, it won't require faith. It'll require faith points, but that is affected by faith. Yeah, so I have no idea how many points I need to put into faith. I need to probably think about my build, do a little bit of research, and find out what that's going to affect. Oh, look at that. The arcane scaling is already doing better. 182, 161, 109, 183. Oh, I think the Great Knife and the Twin Blade are scaling off dexterity, while the Reduvia is scaling off of arcane primarily and dexterity. Okay, well, at any rate, we are going vigor. Okay, stand by, guys. Okay, we're going to head to the round table hold. That's going to spark a fight, a scripted event. I win, sucker. I didn't dominate you as good as I've seen others do, but I was able to win. Clinging bone. Okay, I believe this is a fist weapon. So it's down at the bottom, I believe. Is where the fist weapons are kept. Scales off dexterity. It's got magic on it also. No passive effects. Lifesteal fist. That's kind of interesting. No bleed either. I don't think that's too good. I thought all fist weapons had bleed. Oh, claws. All claws have bleed. Okay, well anyway, there you go. Stand by. Okay, we have a bunch of dialogue to get through here at the manor. The first one is not here. We do want to talk to him.
Well then.
Do I have 1500? Where's my runes? I have 25. Okay, so I already know heal. I know this already. And
May the golden order shine through you.
I want to make sure we have that. Okay, here's the armor of the guy that just attacked us. Oh yeah, the mood's changed. About Ensha.
Oh, my apologies for that nasty business. Ensha got rather ahead of himself, it seems. As his master, I'd like to express my regret. But now, Ensha is slain and gone. Finished. Forevermore. Ah, yes. By way of apology, allow me to tender some advice in regard to the half of the secret medallion you possess. Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist-shrouded lake of Liurnia. She knows the location of the medallion's counterpart, I'm sure.
Okay, we've already done that.
Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a she-knows.
I thought that he was supposed to have some dialogue regarding Nefali. Maybe we have to talk to Nefali first. This is why I do things in small chunks. I'm watching at 2x speed. I'm trying to pick up a lot of detail.
Oh, your divinity,
And then
have mercy,
sometimes I
grant
miss
me
stuff.
forgiveness. I didn't know to be doing my job. Just lay out your out. Those words were not. I may be prisoner to my breath. Well, I spoke with the. She has it, so I told him indebted. It was a work. I'm sorry.
Or I don't really miss stuff. It's more like I'll forget something that I saw. All right, here she is.
Ah, you, please. Leave me. It's pathetic, I know, but I... Ah, you, please. It's pathetic, I know.
I feel like I've not triggered something.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit?
Okay, we can level these up. Hold on, before I do that. Let's see. This guy... Am I able to call her up? 74 faith points. No, I'm a little ways away from that. Okay, let's just stick with the dead dudes.
Greetings. Are you here for
I'll have to do some research regarding how many faith points I'm going to want for this build, because we probably need to start doing that pretty soon. Let me go and take another look at this portion of the video I watched and see if there's something I missed that triggered extra dialogue. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I was right. I missed a detail, and we needed to talk to her first. And then, which I have now, and then that will push forward an option with this guy.
Well, what is it now?
Gideon. Nefeli's despair.
Ah, you've already heard. Indeed. It seemed the whelp harbored suspicions, so I had no further use for her. Honestly, what's a man to do? A determined plebeian is more wicked than an omen horn, quite frankly. I suspect that's just what the Queen wants.
He just called her a
dose of
pleb.
ambition to incite the tarnished.
Okay, we've already talked to him about everything else.
Ah, you, please. It's pathetic, and... So you know already, do you? Right. It's true. My father cast me out for indulging my emotions, forgetting the mission, punishment for offing his pawns. Lord Gideon has offered me guidance all my life. I would have done anything for him, to place him on the throne of Elden Lord. And yet though it was not my intent, I betrayed him. And I can no longer trust him, Father. To think he'd order his men to enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he purports in that? He once told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated ever again. Was he simply lying to me? No. How could I say that? Father has always given me his guidance. And now, I've lost it. No. How could I say that? Father has all... And now...
Okay, so she's in a really tough spot, right? She, he is the one that sent the raiders to that village. So for him, I think for him, from his perspective, this world is completely shattered, full of broken people, broken dreams, broken bones. There's nightmares floating around. Order has got to be resolved. And I guess, I'm giving a devil's advocate argument here. I think from Gideon's perspective, we have no future right now. The world has been torn asunder through the shattering. And it's, there's no chance for a civilization to really form and rise to the apex of, I guess, humanity, right? There's no ability for that. Everybody's tribed up. It's a survival base only, right? And so, through his eyes then, nothing that exists currently is really what we're trying to save. Everything that exists currently has got to be used like fuel and ammunition to win a war for the future, for posterity, for future generations. And so then, if he needs that Halig Tree medallion, and it is hidden away in a village with what he would see as, what's the word I'm looking for? Misaligned people that are confused about what needs to be done, right? This is pretty much, this is an elitist view, I'm sure, but it's also unfortunately kind of been true in certain points in history. When you see things, if you go back way in history and you look at places that were in tribal states, the person that rose to unify all those people was often one part hero, one part tyrant, right? They have the vision. And history has shown some of these people to be wrong, and horrible things happen as a result of their poor judgment because they thought they had the right vision and they didn't. And in other instances, they've been exactly right. And so, again, from Gideon's perspective, I think he sees that all of those, if everything in the here and now is, including himself, is food for the fire in order to set this world right and have a future for humanity that is worth living and worth having and worth building for and dying for, then everything is expendable. And these people trying to hide something that I would guess that he asked for it up front and they said no. He knew they had it and they lied, or something to that effect, right? So then he sent his guys and said, take it from them. Do whatever you have to. If they resist, kill everybody in that village. But we have got to have that medallion in order to accomplish this, and this, to hold this kind of evil at bay and put this world back together again. Hope I'm making sense there. I'm not here as to say whether or not Gideon's right or wrong. I think the story will at best point you in a certain direction. I would say that the writers are setting the narrative up here for you to empathize with Nephali. But again, I'm trying to give a devil's advocate argument here, where we don't necessarily know. sometimes the right answer is a brutal one, and one that people don't want to hear. Sometimes in order to preserve freedom, you have to break things that you would normally consider to be hallmarks of a free society, right? And those thoughts are scary because the person who decides that that must be the case, that we have to suspend certain liberties, right, for temporarily in order to like the Romans used to do this. The Romans were really pragmatic. They had a republic, and that republic operated on a set of laws that protected the population and gave them rights and limited the power of people in charge, because this was the republic. This was before the dictatorship. But even then, when Rome ran into a dire crisis, and the one that comes to mind, the big primary example, is Hannibal. When Hannibal attacked, Rome understood that its current government structure with the Republic was not going to be expedient enough to deal with a guy like Hannibal that was defeating the empire in Italy on their home turf, fight after fight after fight. And so they already had it set up in their rule system that they can completely suspend the government. They can go and they can, the last choice that would be made democratically, so to speak, electorally, would be who to put in charge. But when they handed the power to that guy had all power. He became like a Caesar. And what they did is they went and found an old general that had served Rome for a long time, very faithfully, very successfully. The dude had retired and was a simple farmer. Like I mean, this guy was made of the right stuff. He wasn't somebody who saw himself as a big to-do. He wasn't super ambitious. He wanted to just live out a peaceful existence and work the land in his old age, into his old age. But Rome came to him and said, we have a serious problem. We want to put you in charge of handling it. He said yes. It basically gave him, I think the way the rules were set up is it gave him 2 years of total autonomous authority. And then he defeated Hannibal, and whenever he was done, he handed power back to the Senate. So that's an example of suspending liberties in order to preserve liberties. But how often is that actually true versus people who say that it needs to happen, and what really is going on is that they desire power for themselves, and they are hoodwinking the people into saying, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea, we trust you. And that's what makes it all scary. I didn't mean to end this video on like philosophical discussion about all this stuff, but I like to pull from real world history and experiences and stuff to look at what's happening in the game world. Because if you think about it, ultimately, all fiction, fantasy, science fiction, everybody who sits down and creates a script in their mind and writes a story, they are pulling from real world experience. Nobody out there has an ability to just fabricate a new idea out of complete thin air. They are all drawing off of stuff they've read about, things, real history, real events in the world. And then they embellish from there. But that's how this stuff gets created. So that's what I like to do. I like to look at what we know about how things work within human civilization and then apply that to what's going on in the game. All right, guys. Again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. And I'll see you in the next episode where this story continues.